In the scorching sands of the Levant, where empires clashed and faiths intertwined, one man rose to challenge the might of the Crusader kingdoms. Saladin, the Kurdish warrior who became Sultan, stared down armies of armored knights and recaptured the holy city of Jerusalem in 1187, not through sheer brutality, but with a blend of strategy, mercy, and unyielding resolve. His name echoed through the ages as a symbol of chivalry in a time of holy war. But who was this leader who united fractured Muslim lands and humbled the kings of Europe? Join us as we journey through the life of Saladin, a tale of ambition, faith, and the fragile line between conquest and compassion. Born around 1138 in Tikrit, a modest town in what is now Iraq, Salah ad-Din Yusuf ibn Ayyub, known to history as Saladin, entered a world already scarred by conflict. His family of Kurdish origin served the Zengid dynasty, rulers who held sway over parts of Syria and Mesopotamia. Saladin's father, Najm ad-Din Ayyub, was a capable administrator, and his uncle Shirkuh, a formidable general. As a boy, Saladin moved to Baalbek and then Damascus, immersing himself in the vibrant intellectual and military culture of the Islamic world. He studied theology, poetry, and the arts of war, but it was the battlefield that would define him. In the 1160s, under Shirkuh's command, Saladin joined expeditions to Egypt, where the Fatimid Caliphate teetered on collapse amid internal strife and Crusader threats. The Fatimids, Shia Muslims, clashed with the Sunni Zengids, yet strategic necessity drew them into alliance. By 1169, after Shirkuh's death, Saladin, at just 31, was appointed Vizier of Egypt, a position of immense power. He navigated the treacherous politics of Cairo, suppressing rebellions and gradually shifting the allegiance from Shia to Sunni Islam. When the last Fatimid caliph died in 1171, Saladin abolished the caliphate, aligning Egypt with the Abbasid caliph in Baghdad. This move solidified his authority, but it also sowed seeds of rivalry with his overlord, Nur ad-Din, the Zengid ruler in Syria. Through these years, Saladin built a professional army, reformed taxation, and fortified cities. Egypt's wealth flowed into his coffers, funding ambitions that extended beyond the Nile. Yet as Nur ad-Din eyed Egypt's independence warily, Saladin walked a delicate path, pledging loyalty while amassing power. The stage was set for unification, but fate would intervene. Nur ad-Din's death in 1174 shattered the fragile balance. His young son, as-Salih, inherited a realm ripe for fragmentation. Saladin, ever the opportunist, moved swiftly. Claiming to act as guardian for as-Salih, he marched into Syria, capturing Damascus without a fight. The city's gates opened to him as a liberator. Over the next decade, Saladin waged campaigns to consolidate Muslim territories, subduing rivals in Aleppo, Mosul, and beyond. Scholars debate his motivations. Was it pure ambition or a genuine zeal to unite Muslims against the Crusaders? Contemporary chroniclers like Baha ad-Din ibn Shaddad, Saladin's biographer, portray him as a pious Sunni driven by jihad. He built madrasas to promote Orthodox Islam and rallied ulama to his cause. By 1183, after besieging and capturing Aleppo, Saladin had forged the Ayyubid Sultanate, stretching from Egypt to Upper Mesopotamia. This unity was no small feat. The Muslim world had been divided by petty dynasties and sectarian divides, weakened by the Crusader states established after the First Crusade in 1099. Saladin's diplomacy and military prowess, marked by sieges, alliances, and occasional truces, created a formidable bloc. Yet as he turned his gaze toward the Latin kingdom of Jerusalem, the Crusaders, under kings like Baldwin IV, the Leper King, prepared for the inevitable storm. Whispers of holy war grew louder. The Crusader kingdoms, perched along the Levant coast, had long preyed on Muslim divisions, but Saladin's rise changed the calculus. In 1187, after Reynald of Chatillon, a notorious Crusader lord, raided a Muslim caravan, Saladin declared jihad. He assembled a vast army, perhaps 30,000 strong, from across his domains and invaded the Kingdom of Jerusalem. The decisive confrontation came at the Battle of Hattin on July 4th, 1187. Near the Sea of Galilee, under a blistering sun, Saladin's forces encircled the Crusader army led by King Guy of Lusignan and Raymond III of Tripoli. The Christians, parched and exhausted after a forced march, charged uphill toward the horns of Hattin, twin volcanic peaks. Saladin's archers rained arrows, his cavalry harried the flanks, and fires set in the dry grass choked the air. By day's end, the Crusader army lay shattered. King Guy and Reynald were captured. In a moment etched in legend, Saladin executed Reynald personally for his transgressions, but offered Guy a cup of iced water, a gesture of mercy. The true cross, Christianity's holiest relic, fell into Muslim hands. Hattin was a catastrophe for the Crusaders. Nearly their entire fighting force was annihilated or imprisoned. In the aftermath, Saladin swept through the Levant, capturing cities like Acre, Beirut, and Ascalon with minimal resistance. His strategy emphasized sieges and negotiation, often granting generous terms to surrenderers. But Jerusalem, the jewel of the Crusades, awaited, a city sacred to three faiths, its walls a symbol of defiance. On September 20th, 1187, Saladin's army encircled Jerusalem. Defended by Balian of Ibelin and a ragtag force, the city held out for 12 days amid bombardment and assaults. Breaches in the walls finally forced negotiations. Balian threatened to destroy the holy sites if terms were harsh, but Saladin, mindful of the city's sanctity, offered clemency. Unlike the bloody sack by Crusaders in 1099, which claimed tens of thousands of lives, Saladin allowed safe passage for Christians upon ransom payment. Many were freed without cost, including the poor and widows. He restored the Dome of the Rock and Al-Aqsa Mosque, removing Christian alterations, yet protected churches and permitted pilgrimages. This act of magnanimity burnished Saladin's reputation in both Muslim and Christian chronicles. European writers like William of Tyre acknowledged his chivalry, contrasting it with Crusader excesses. Jerusalem's recapture sent shockwaves through Europe, sparking the Third Crusade. Kings Philip II of France, Frederick Barbarossa of the Holy Roman Empire, and Richard I of England, the Lionheart, vowed to reclaim it. Saladin faced this onslaught resiliently. Frederick drowned en route in 1190, weakening the effort. Richard arrived in 1191, recapturing Acre, after a brutal siege marked by mass executions on both sides. Battles like Arsuf showcased Saladin's tactical acumen, though he suffered setbacks. Exhaustion and stalemate led to the Treaty of Jaffa in 1192, granting Crusaders coastal enclaves, but leaving Jerusalem in Muslim hands. Weakened by illness after years of campaigning, Saladin returned to Damascus. He spent his final months in administration and piety, distributing wealth to the needy and planning further reforms. On March 4, 1193, at age 55, he died of a fever. His last words reportedly, a prayer for forgiveness. His empire fragmented among heirs, but the Ayyubid dynasty endured for decades. Saladin's unification efforts laid groundwork for later Muslim powers, like the Mamluks who defeated the Mongols. In the West, he became a romanticized figure. Dante placed him among virtuous pagans in the Divine Comedy, and later tales emphasized his knightly virtues. Scholars today view Saladin through varied lenses. Some emphasize his role in jihad and Islamic revival, others his pragmatic politics. His tolerance toward Jews and Christians, evidenced by welcoming Jewish communities back to Jerusalem, stands out in an era of fanaticism. Saladin's life weaves a tapestry of triumph and humanity amid the chaos of the Crusades. From a Kurdish youth in Tikrit to the Sultan who reclaimed Jerusalem, He embodied the complexities of leadership, fierce in battle, generous in victory. His story reminds us that even in the forge of war, choices of mercy can echo louder than the clash of swords. As the sun sets over the ancient walls of Damascus, where he rests, Saladin's legacy endures, a bridge between cultures, a testament to the enduring quest for unity in a divided world. What lessons might we draw from such a figure today? The sands of time hold the answer. If you liked Saladin's epic conquest of Jerusalem, leave your like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more historical legends.